So let's take a look at the Doogee N50. This is definitely budget range. You can get it at the moment for £99 on Amazon, actually reduced from £129.99. Huge reduction. 128 gigabytes of internal storage. It says 15 gigabytes of RAM, but in actual fact it's 8. But you can use internal memory or storage as additional RAM if needed. Charger, USB-C charging cable as well, all the usual stuff. So it does come in a silicon case as well. Let's take this off. So we have a 50 megapixel camera. That's quite a nice design actually. It's plastic as you'd expect because it is a cheap no frills sort of phone. Not something that I'd personally buy and use, but there is definitely a market out there for this type of smartphone. Yeah, so a plastic bag. It is an LCD panel, 720p. So we look around the edges as well. That's quite nicely done actually. That's quite nice and neat. The power button, volume rocker as well. We have a headphone jack for your headphone jack lovers there at the top. That's good to see for some people. SIM tray as well, USB-C and loudspeaker at the bottom. If you want to look at the specs of this phone, pause the video now. If not, we'll jump straight onto the camera performance. 720p on the front. Just took a few photos and that's not that bad at all. Got some artificial lighting in here. I've got the blinds closed, so lighting could be better at the moment. I don't think there's any stabilisation either. But for a phone that you can get at the moment for £99, it's not bad. So having no stabilisation on a camera system, even if it's in the budget end, is still disappointing. You need some sort of like steady gimbal or something if you want to achieve stabilisation. So I've just found a stabilisation setting in the settings of the camera. So I'm just trying it now, but it looks pretty wobbly to me. Basic camera. And still no stabilisation. The sun's climbing. I don't think my face is actually exposed at all, is it? To turn on that way. So it's these little things. Obviously I'm used to using high-end smartphones. So when you jump into a smartphone like this, which is quite cheap, £99, there are going to be huge differences. But I wish if the stabilisation settings in there, which it is, it should just work. It doesn't. Just interested to see how this audio is going to come out as well. Okay, so I've just had to switch to the S23 Ultra because that footage that you just saw didn't come out very well. The microphone was quite crackly, it didn't handle the wind because it's quite windy today. But I'm just saying that although it's a cheap smartphone, £99, when you have a stabilisation setting on there, which you turn on and it doesn't work, it should work. So that's a little bit disappointing. And obviously jumping from a phone like this to then go and use a £99 phone can be quite surprising at times, but in the need to get the basics right, £99 or £50 or whatever, the settings in there should work. It's also had a couple of updates as well this morning, so it is what it is, I suppose. Now, with it being a budget phone in bright conditions, the screen can be a little bit difficult to see. I think it's only about 360 nits of brightness. It's an LCD panel. So that's one thing to consider as well. It actually looks worse through the video on here. To the naked eye, it's actually better. That is definitely one thing to consider for a smartphone of this price point. So the phone has installed 2 updates since I've set it up and connected to the network. This is the operating system. This is how it looks. It's pretty much a stock Android experience, which is nice. I don't like all that bloatware. I've installed manually Twitter and PUBG, and you can run PUBG on here. Yes, it'll be on the lower settings, but you can play PUBG if you wish. And scrolling through social media hasn't been a problem as of yet anyway. Seems fairly smooth, quite sort of nippy as well, so that's good. A normal functioning smartphone, that's what you need in terms of performance. So for £99, this isn't a bad deal at all. 129, maybe pushing it slightly, but that is purely because they haven't nailed the video performance. There's no stabilization, which just is not pleasing on the eye for anyone when you're watching that back. Photos, I think they're good. Even the portrait shot as well, I thought it was quite nice sitting in here. Overall performance, and you can still play PUBG and high intensity games, obviously on the lower settings, but that's still possible. You're browsing your social media apps as well, doesn't seem to be a problem. Got the fingerprint sensor built into the power button. Whoop, nearly dropped it. Fingerprint sensor built into the power button. That seems to be operating okay. So this is the sort of phone that I give to my kid. So like my 6-year-old. So yeah, have that. She can watch YouTube shorts, and she'll download games as well that she can play on there with no problem at all, really. I think the battery life is most probably going to be sort of mediocre as well. And it's an entry-level smartphone that you're probably going to give to someone who's probably never used a smartphone before. So like, here, crack on with that, see how you get on, and then go from there. It definitely has a place in today's market, 100%. It does, because obviously smartphones can be really expensive. But yeah, for £99, I don't think it's actually a bad deal at all. I will include links to this in the description as well. So we'll get a slight commission on any purchases made, but make sure obviously you've watched all this video and take into consideration all the points that I've raised regarding this. But that is the Doogee N50. Thank you all very much for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe as well. It doesn't cost you anything, it's free. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.